provincial government did make some changes a year or so ago, but I think what has to be done is more change in the direction of making sure that when people go to work or get work, that they are not penalized with their benefits. Because right now it is still the case, even after the reforms that have been undertaken, that people pay a penalty based on some of the rules, either losing benefits or losing income or having too much of it clawed back. And there have been some moves in the direction of reform. I actually participated in the reform process, working for advising the government as part of a group of people, but there's still not enough been done to make sure that we encourage people and incent people to have work and not to pay a penalty for doing so.
Ms. Chow.
We need more after-school programs, more childcare, and more transportation support, and also some kind of counseling, because they need a bit of a hands up. If not, then people on welfare often trapped in that cycle of poverty. On top of that, a lot of the young people that are not a lot on welfare, but young people that are on welfare needs to find good employment opportunities. That is precisely what my youth employment projects would do. And I've seen it work in Hammerhead, where they take people that are on welfare and give them apprenticeship programs and get them a good job.
The best way to help anyone with welfare, and I deal with folks day in and day out to try to give them a hand up, is they want to work. Vast majority of people on welfare, they don't want to be sitting at home. They want to have a job. We're going to continue looking for efficiencies to drive costs down, to make sure we have a viable workforce that can go from one part of the city, let's say in Scarborough, and if they have a job in the Etobicoke right now, they'll take an hour and a half to get from one end of the city to the other. But once we build the Scarborough subway, they'll have an opportunity to expand and look for a job right across the city rather than being stuck right in one area.
Well, okay, Doug, let's go beyond the Scarborough subway, because you and I agree on that. I too would build the Scarborough subway. But it goes much further than that, because the Scarborough subway actually will only do a small bit to help that person you talked about from Scarborough get out here for a job. And that's why I believe so strongly in SmartTrack, which in 7 years can create a surface subway, not on the streets, nowhere near the streets, on GO train tracks to get people out to those jobs in the Etobicoke. Your plan is not going to get anybody anywhere beyond the Scarborough subway, which I can see will do
Folks,
at the same time and proceed.
You know, we are talking about almost one out of 3 kids living in poverty. That they sometimes go to bed hungry. It could be even tonight. And yes, we can debate about public transit. That does not help these kids. That's why we need to create affordable housing, so that the cost of living is not so high. That's why we need to make sure that kids have good food at the school, so that they won't be able to be so hungry that they can't focus on their learning. That's what we can do, because a lot of the folks that are on welfare have kids, and their kids need to learn. They need to have an opportunity to be successful. And I'm the only candidate that talk about making sure that kids have good food programs in school. We need to expand it so that 36,000